この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Are you curious where you can watch the latest episode of Kamen Rider and Sentai every week? Well, since there is no official release, you might have to resort to alternative methods. Personally, when I search for website to watch tokusatsu, my top priority is to safeguard my personal data. That's why I rely on Surfshark VPN, the sponsor of today's video. With Surfshark, your online safety and privacy is paramount, as it is effective at concealing your online activities through its VPN capabilities. By encrypting your internet traffic that nobody can pry into your online endeavors or track your digital whereabouts. Additionally, Surfshark enables you to virtually explore the world with a tap, thanks to its ability to change your VPN address. By switching your location to anywhere in America, let's say, you can access at least over 10 Ultraman shows and movies, or explore other toku shows available on Tokusatsu. You can poke around at the Japanese premium Bandai page and discover a captivating array of expensive children's toys. I highly recommend getting Surfshark VPN today, as it comes with an extra 3 months. Simply click the link in the description, and if you are unsatisfied, rest assured there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So why wait any longer? Take advantage of this fantastic offer and sign up now. It's an incredible opportunity for all of you, my fellow Tokusatsu fans. This was the most Hasegawa-esque episode in the entire show. Literally, this episode felt like Hasegawa just had a free reign, and I, and probably all of you, fucking loved it. I love that this episode was pretty much filmed in one location, being the park and the alchemy school at the end of the episode. And that was it, which is super bizarre for me, specifically with Gotchard, when we pretty much jump around from one place to another, having this consistent just, oh, it's one place and that's it. I just love it. It's weirdly super simple, but it really grabbed my attention. I really like that the spy within the academy is pretty much a super big fangirl of the Dark Sister, and she truly believed that they could actually grant her real alchemy powers, which I'm interested to know if it's actually like a knock on the show and saying, oh, those are not real alchemy. It's way more, oh, the evil villains have the real alchemy power because they're stronger. How much, to be completely honest, they lose all the time by a grasshopper train man punching it and kicking it really hard. Maybe that's the real alchemy. Ah, shit. I figured it out. But I also really like seeing how brutal specifically Atropis was. It's like, oh, you served your purpose. Goodbye. Don't give a shit. Bye-bye. Bye. See you. Never. Sorry, horny fans. You ain't getting that girl anymore. I don't know. I loved it. Like, I understand she kind of was there, but I never really felt like she being the spy was like big enough for her to actually stay and not just be a side character for showing how cruel Atropis is, how much this episode has continued to show that like Atropis is literally the best villain in Reiwa era. Like, she has an actual present, not like, you know, GIF or Soul or Storius. It's funny that Storius, or at least his actor, is way more fun in the Legend special than his actual show. I'm just saying, I love Atropis. Not in that way. Clearly not in that way. And also, I loved how much she kind of really reminds me a little bit of Dark Mephisto. I don't know why. For the moment that we were all been looking for, and that is the moment where they reveal the Dread Driver and decide to make Sabuharu its first user, which was an amazing idea. And that transformation was almost this close to actually cap off the level of edginess of Kamen Rider Lucifer. But, you know, the big skull kind of munching down and black blood kind of like drooling all over Lucifer's body. Nah. But the big ribcage kind of like coming in on Dread looks really cool. And it's so cool to really think that in one point Dread is just going to be a semi of the amalgam of the week, pretty much. And it's really interesting. And like the coolest part about it, it's weirdly body horror-esque, with Dread just being kind of like a body that Atropes kind of control, but it kind of also controls itself, while like the user of it is like fully awake, and just everything about it is really cool, in exception to one thing, and that is the usage of like replica chemis. It's like, I think we are too early on to like have replica chemis. Like, I wish we would have waited slightly longer and just have like chemis actually like die. That could have been cool. It's like, that's the thing that probably Hasegawa actually wrote, and Toei, specifically Bandai, say, hey, you can't kill our gimmicks. You literally can't. Okay, Hasegawa, we're giving you one episode. We don't give a shit, don't kill our gimmicks. And I just loved the moment where we actually got to use Isaac to less of, let's say, a comedic intent, actually like Isaac broadcasting like Sabuharu's thoughts, and it's like, oh, I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight Ichinose, like he's a good guy, he's my friend. It's like, yo, like I actually kind of feel for you. You are actually way more of a character now since the beginning. You're like a character that I actually relate to. Nice, Hasegawa, you actually made me feel about a character. I just wish the Toei would have given you the opportunities, make me feel for a character in Gotchard. Just leave Hasegawa alone. We don't need the fucking Toei Studio Cheetah in any of it. Just leave that guy. Fire him. Let Hasegawa do his own shit. Just saying. How much I really like this episode, and a lot of things that I loved about it is the Dread's debut, but also like the sense of dread and gloom and darkness, which Hasegawa is really good at. There was one thing that I didn't like, and there is another thing that I'm kind of in between about. The one thing that I hated, and that is they gave the good guys some sort of a win. I didn't like it. I just wish the ex-Gotchard caliber would have debuted maybe next episode. Give our heroes a small win next time. No, not this episode. You are already trying to sell me a premium Bandai toy. Like, just have a week off, okay? Have like the premium Bandai toy be presented now, and next week just present the new toy. It's like, man, it could have been so cool if we just didn't have like actually like push back Dread again. I just wish it was like full like dark and gloomy as like the episode kind of was for like a big portion of it. And the thing that I was kind of in between about is like you can clearly see Sabuharu actually try to stop himself. That's a thing that I've seen people didn't like, but I kind of found it to be semi-okay. It kind of shows that the user of Dread have some sort of control, but it's not enough, which is fine. Again, it shows kind of how Dread's power work. I just wish that if you would do the Sabuharu actually stopping himself for a bit, don't do the ex-Gotchard caliber in the same episode. I just wish that the episode could have been more dark and gloomy, like Hasegawa actually wants it to. Like, for non-Ultraman fans, this is just a taste. This is a sip of what Nexus was. This is just the smallest of smallest sips. it's you can slightly taste it. It's watered down excess, but hey, watered down excess is still good. And you know what? I kind of feel like Ichinose's actor is slowly getting into his role. Like, yeah, there is some problem with the way he acts. Again, he's like a 17-year-old kid. You can't actually like compare him to like Ace or Haruto or even like Iki, because all of them are like mid-20s and at least did some stuff. This is like one of his first projects. So like I'm more kind of giving him way more of a chance than maybe a lot of other people. And you know what? You wanted Ichinose to suffer? He's suffering now. How much he's hopeful and his speech about, try to save Sabuharu, like how much that's great. He ain't going to win and get Sabuharu next episode. He's going to suffer. And you can clearly see he's suffering before he gave that speech. You can clearly see that that speech is some sort of a mask to like, ah shit, I don't know what to do. So yeah, like this episode, great. Like if the Gotchard caliber wouldn't appear, I would have given it an S, but I'm sorry, it gets an A. It still is like fucking brilliant. I love it. And just, I love Dread. I love how he looks. I love the like overall like black aesthetics with some like orangey yellow like glittery bits, specifically like around his rib cage and where its brain is. It just looks great. I don't care. So yeah, what you thought about Gotchard episode 13? Comment below, let me know. I want to thank Surfshark for sponsoring my channel. Subscribe to my channel if you already didn't. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.